Alright, so I have like a really sad story to talk about. Okay, so I just got off of work and this woman comes in. This is maybe like 9 a.m., maybe 10. So I'm pretty tired. So she comes in, right? And I noticed that she's been crying. I didn't know she was crying at the time, but I took notice. I was like, you know what? I think this woman's crying right now. So then, I don't know. I'm like, I'm talking to her for a bit. She talks about how she's homeless, right? And I never met this woman before, and I just worked the front desk. And she's crying, and she's like, I'm not trying to make fun of her. I'm just going to try to do my impressions. She's like, my daughter is pregnant, and she's on drugs, and we slept on a trash bag last night. And I'm telling her, like, the entire time. I was like, calm down a little bit. I was like, try to talk about it, and the time her nose is, like, running, and she's like, she's crying a lot, so I grabbed some Kleenexes. She says thank you. And we're talking, and I'm like, we have a little like, because I work in the YWCA building, so there's a lot of YWCA people who come out pretty often. So I'm talking to her, and I'm like, I get her a couple of things that she can use. I get her a paper with like a bunch of, homeless shelters on it, and food vouchers and clothing vouchers. Give me the fourth. Give me the fourth. Fuck! No. Hold up, hold up. We'll finish the story in a second. Hold up. No. Alright, that's enough. But, I get her that paper, right? And then Sojourners is like a homeless shelter. And then I show her Sojourners, and she starts crying. Hardcore. Like, hard. She's like, they're full, meaning that no other people can, go to that homeless shelter. She starts crying hard, right? So then she has to use the phone to call the St. Albans to another shelter. At least I think that's where she called. So I give her the phone, and I tell her, I was like, listen, I was like, don't cry on the phone. I was like, they're not going to be able to understand you. Like, I'm talking to you face to face, and it's hard to understand what you're saying. I was like, so try to calm down, and don't cry nearly as much. So she gets on the phone, she's crying a bit less, right? I think I helped her out, I don't know. But we're on a nasty streak right now. And then she gets off the phone, and then she sets her head on the table. She starts crying even harder. And I'm like, well, shit, I don't want this woman crying. That's what I'm sitting there thinking to myself. Not because, it's embarrassing or anything. I just don't want people to cry. One, it makes things kind of awkward, and it's sad, too. Like, she said her daughter was pregnant and on drugs, which is a terrible thing. So, I don't know, man. So I'm still talking to her a bit, and I tell her, I'm like, look, I was like, we can't do anything for you. I was like, but I can make you a copy of this paper, and you can stop by these places. And then she asked if I know where any bus passes are, like where she could buy bus passes, basically, for like the transit. So I don't know like where to find them, because I never took the KRT or anything. So I was like, I'll just look it up, like on the computer. So I looked it up, and I gave her the addresses, and then she said that she can't go there because they're too far away, which makes sense. But they're not so far away. Like, not to be a dick, but you're already homeless. I mean, what would be the problem with you just walking to one of these places? Is what I was thinking in my head. But I took her word for it, I guess. So then, it basically ended there. It was just a weird story. Like, I never thought, like, I work at a gym. I never thought things like this would happen. And it happens, like, weird stuff like this happens all the time. Like, yesterday, I had a guy come in, right? That wasn't, none of these guys are members, by the way. He came in, and he told me, as a man, by the way, as a man, not referring to me like individually, he was like, you shouldn't refer to women. I'm not taking this out of context or anything. He was like, you shouldn't refer to women as bitches and hoes. And then he started talking about how men just think that women are the only issue in the world. And I was like, what the fuck is this man talking? I was like, not me. You're not talking about me, are you? Like, I never fucking said it. Well, I mean, I've called tons of women bitches and hoes. I'm gonna be real with you, chief. But I never blamed the world on the women. For one, I think we live in a good world, and for two, I don't know, maybe it is the fault of women, maybe it's not that we live in a good world, but that's, I mean, he's saying that, and I'm like, for one, why is this dude talking about this? Like, I work at the front desk at a gym, and that's how he opened up the conversation. He was like, women are not the problem with the world, and it's like, why the fuck? And then he says that I shouldn't refer to them as bitches and hoes, and how that the only attribute men have over women is physical strength, which I don't know what the fuck that means. Really, whenever you say it's the only one, or that men I don't know. It was I don't know. It was so weird. Like, it's impossible for men to be smarter and impossible for women to be stronger is what he's making it sound like. But just weird stuff happens like that on a daily basis. But as far as this game goes, I haven't been able to hit much. Like, even you saw right there, kind of was my fault. I should have took a shot through the tree. But I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun. Blackout is probably the worst game mode in this game. Like, multiplayer is pretty okay, and then zombies is incredible. I was playing 5 last night. I went and I bought the battle pass, and then I was playing 5, and it was actually really good. But it was late at night, so I didn't finish the entire thing. So I might just finish it tomorrow or something like that. But this is actually my first time using this Ajax specialist. But 5 is obviously a bit different because usually with 5, you would just go to the different floors and turn on the power and get the perks like that and find the mystery box. But in this, I couldn't find the mystery box, and you can get... Okay, so whenever you start out, you can buy a set of doors to get you to the elevator, right? But you can go back behind where the zombies crawl out and buy 2 doors that enter you into there. And there's like workshops and things like that you need additional parts to get past. So those were the parts that I was confused about, and I was too tired to actually use my fucking brain. So I was like, shit, I'm going to get some sleep and hopefully play with my brother tomorrow and finish that. But yeah, by the way, my video about how to snipe in Black Ops 3, it's probably going to break 1,000 views by Monday. It's Saturday right now, but last night I woke up and I got 100 views overnight, so I'm very happy about that, obviously. But yeah, thank you all for the support, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all later. Peace.